It took out a mountain? Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and this is my review for Naruto Shippuden episode 339. Now, last week I didn't do a review. It turns out that the episode was actually mostly canon. There wasn't much filler in it at all. Um, but I still didn't feel like doing the review because it would have been like 3 minutes explaining Izanami and that's it, so I just didn't feel like doing it. But I'm reviewing this week's episode, and this one's actually pretty good. It's the first half is pretty much just Madara and Kage stuff. First, Mangar, they get dominated by Susanoo and Madara clones. Tsunade, for some reason, still has those Susanoo sword thingies inside of her, but she finally takes them all out. The Raikage, gets trapped in the Genjutsu from one of the Madara's. Unoki has to show up and rescue him, like break him out and everything. And he has this speech that boosts their morale. So we're thinking, all right, Unoki's showing his experience. He's becoming a true leader and leading them in the battle. And he ends up helping them develop this plan where he uses the particle style to distract Madara and get rid of the clones. Madara ends up releasing all of his clone jutsus and everything, though. And the particle style opens up, and this water dragon comes out of nowhere. Mei Terumi, she's using water dragon jutsu, and it has sand and lightning mixed into it. Where if he absorbs the jutsu, then the sand gets stuck to him. Because he can't absorb the sand, because the sand isn't a jutsu. It's not formed with chakra. It's just sand. Guard doesn't use sand style. He doesn't create the sand. It's already there. It's not an actual jutsu, and so he can't absorb the sand. It's not made from chakra. But if he absorbs the water dragon, then he gets stuck with the sand, and it has these tags in it where they'll be able to seal him. However, if he stops absorbing it, the lightning is mixed in too, so he'll end up being paralyzed by the lightning style. And once that happens, Inoki will use the particle style to take him out, and while he's still reviving, they'll seal him. So it's a lose-lose situation pretty much. At least that's what they think. But Madara just breaks out, and I found it kind of funny because at this point in time, Inoki say, oh, we finally got you beat, Madara. This is the power of the 5 Kage, but Tsunade she didn't do anything. She was just sitting there like healing Inoki. Like, good job, Tsunade. I wouldn't exactly say that it's the power of the 5 Kage. It's just the power of the 4. But whatever. Madara ends up breaking out. He ends up activating perfect Susanoo with a Tengu nose. And this this thing is epic. It's epic. The Kages are just seeing it being formed, and they just stop what they're doing. Mei stops shooting the water dragon. The Raikage, he stops with the lightning style. Unoki stops with the particle style, and his arms just slowly drop to his side. It was like they lost all hope at that moment, and Unoki finally, he recovered towards the end there, but they're just seeing perfect Susanoo, and they're just like, oh, how are we supposed to do something to this thing? And it ends up taking its sword and doing one swing, and it ends up taking out 2 mountains that are like all the way back there. This Susanoo is powerful, and Unoki sees this, and he's like, wait, what? If you're this strong, why did you hold back so much against us all those years ago? And Madara just says, what adult goes full force when fighting mere children? Madara, man. Madara is awesome. Madara is awesome. Okay. Unfortunately, that was pretty much the end of what we saw of him and the Kage. We saw him a little bit later on in the episode, but Not, I mean, it was just briefly. Itachi ended up releasing Edo Tensei, so we saw Madara get, and a bunch of other Edo Tensei get this aura where it looked like they were about to be released from the jutsu and disappear. But the rest of the episode is pretty much just Itachi Sasuke friendship stuff, bonds and all that jazz. Itachi uses his genjutsu on Sasuke, and we learned about what really happened all those years ago. Shisui, he actually tried to stop Uchiha's coup d'etat, but Danzo stopped him and prevented him from doing it, and then stole his right eye so that he couldn't use Koto Amatsuki or whatever that jutsu is called. Um, he ended up giving his left eye to Itachi, and I'm assuming that's probably when Itachi killed him to get the Mangekyo Sharingan. Um, but after that, we see Itachi talking with Hiruzen, Danzo, Kotaru, and her husband. I forgot his name. I think it starts with an A or something. I don't really remember. They're not really relevant in the series, to be honest. But well, technically they are, as proven by this moment. But not really. But they're meeting with Itachi, and Danzo. He says that the Uchiha can't be dissuaded, even though he's the one that prevented Shisui from actually dissuading them. So Danzo's a piece of crap. He really is. People act like Danzo was awesome because he knew how crappy the Uchiha were. No, he let the Uchiha be crappy. Whenever people tried to stop him, he stopped them. So no, Danzo's a piece of crap. But Hiruzen actually manages to hold the three off and buy some time, so that they didn't have to go to such extreme measures like what Danzo was planning. But Danzo ended up going behind his back and talking with Itachi anyway. Itachi after that went to actually go talk to Toby. And the last scene we see this flashback is Itachi going to kill his parents. And it was interesting because they were talking. It turns out that they're actually proud of him for what he's doing. It's they don't agree with his ideals. They don't agree with the decision he's made, but they respect the fact that he made that tough choice. So, hey, I give him props. But dang, having your son kill you and being proud of him for it, But that's pretty much in the episode. The flashback ends, and Itachi talks to Sasuke about how things might have turned out if he had done things differently. It's counterfactual thinking. He's just going back and saying, "Oh, what if I had done this? What if I had done that? Then things would have turned out this way." And in the end, there's this yaoi scene where he says, I'll always love you," and all this stuff. But that's pretty much the end of the episode. The first half of the episode with Madara and the Kages, that's a 10 out of 10, hands down. Madara, Perfect Susanoo, it's just pure awesomeness. So it's a 10 out of 10. But the second half of the episode is more a 7 out of 10, just because, it was interesting, but still not. I wouldn't exactly say, wow, this flashback was so good, but it was interesting. So that second half gets a 7 out of 10. First half gets a 10 out of 10. So I guess averaging that together would be an 8.5 out of 10. So this episode of Naruto Shippuden gets an 8.5 out of 10. But that's it for this review. I'll do Kill La Kill at some point tonight. And that's it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.